What was it like for your family during the Great Depression?
It was hard times, I want you to know. We had to move out of the home place and move down to the lower place, and he sold the front, and they lived there 6 years. I never paid a dime, and we had to clear the land. Me and Mama had to clear the land down on that lower place and drag the logs out as much as I could, and it put me in a bed. I had appendicitis, and I lay there and I couldn't move. My side discharged for 140 days, and when I got up, I couldn't move or do anything hardly. I couldn't put one foot to the ground, but I had to take hold and do the cooking and waiting on the family, and we had really nothing. We raised what we eat, and barely bought the bread and just salt and pepper like that. And I tell you, it was hard times. It was awful. And as I got up where I could work like that, then Mama got sick, and she was in the bed, and I had to go back and wait on her, and I couldn't move, but my brothers and sisters said Mama waited on me and I should wait on her. And I worked and hip hobbled around, and she died on the 16th day of November. And then Daddy told me it was my place to take care of the kids. I had to take 3 kids and raise them and send them to school.
Let me interrupt just a minute.
Go.
During this time, didn't you get married during this time?
Yes, I
In
did.
1931.
Yes. And it was hard times, and Daddy never thought it was his place to raise the kids or anything like that. And I had a hard time, I'm going to tell you. It was just hard times. There was no way around it.
Back before this, this question is, did you homeschool or did you go to school?
I finished school there at Center when I was 17, and I was taking a business course. This man come up and sold Daddy a business course, and I had to take it at home.
But that was college, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I worked around the house and hipple-hoppled around, and I tell you, I went down to Houston to finish up the course, and I got down there, and Daddy didn't have the money to pay my board or anything like that, and I had to come home, and that was...
How old were you when the Great Depression started?
I was, when it started, I was 18. And
The next question, this one is, how many chores did you have around the house?
well, we didn't get up in the morning, and Mama fixed breakfast, and as it got a little older up in the day, now
Well, now wait a minute. You said she fixed breakfast, but you had to get up and you
I
had
had
to
to
wash
get
all
up.
the dishes,
I had
didn't
to
you?
get up and I had to wash the dishes. Then I had to make up 4 beds and I had to 4 beds.
You had to do the ironing.
I had on Saturday. I had all the ironing to do and the yards to sweep.
And didn't you and Aunt Frankie have to go to the fields with the men?
Yes, but not right then. We done all of that, and then I tell you.
Well, I mean, when you had crops, though, didn't you and Aunt Frankie have to work in the fields just like the boys?
Well, of course,
Every day?
we went to the field every day, and I've been sitting on the end of the rows at 3 o'clock in the morning, waiting for daylight to come.
And if somebody had to go round up the horses or water them or whatever, who did it?
I had to go draw the water out of a 60-foot well,
And who brought in the wood?
and I had to help bring in all the wood, and Frankie Dillon sat there and she'd play jacks. She'd play jacks. She'd play jacks. And Mama would say, "Come on, Frankie, and help." She'd wait on playing jacks. And jacks come before anything on earth with her.
Who swept the yards?
And it was our job to sweep the yards with a brush broom. We had to go to the woods and get the sprouts, the tree sprouts, to make a brush broom, and we would make our brush broom, and we did not hoe the yard because we didn't have we never had no lawnmower. You never had one. And
How'd you get the weeds out of the yard?
we had to hoe them out or pull them up. And if we cut them off, had to go barefooted. We had to just pull them up because it left sticks sticking up. And we would pull them all up. And Frankie Dale sat there and she'd play jacks. She'd play jacks. And I'd have all this over here done. And then there she'd be. And Mama would say, "Well, get over there and help her. Get over there and help her." And I'd have to get over there then and hoe her yard. And it was a big yard. You didn't have rakes or nothing like that. It was just
When were you born?
19 and 11. And
Do another one or not? Tell what kind of food you had to eat.
when I was growing up, we had all kinds of food in the way of vegetables and all things like that. We never went to town and bought nothing but meal for cornbread and flour for biscuits, and the peddler come around and we buy, with the eggs we'd buy
Like,
the
I can't think what she's trying to think of either.
what was I telling?
Flavoring, I think, and sugar maybe.
The peddler.
Yeah. What did you eat during the Depression? Did that change the kind of food during the Depression? How did that change it?
Oh, the Depression, that really changed our life. Daddy sold a place on the front, and
What about the food that you ate? How did it change that?
We had to raise what we eat. It was strictly what we had to eat. It was peas and cornbread, and if we had cows then, we'd have some milk and a little bit of butter, but we didn't always have that. And that Depression hit us, and Mama would take things and make us clothes that we could wear. When Mama passed away, I had to take the kids and I had to rip up all of her clothes. It was just, you didn't have bread to eat. I had to make the kids something to cover up their skin, and it was bad, I'm gonna tell you.
How many brothers and sisters did you have?
I had 3 brothers and 3 sisters, and when the Depression hit, my sister brought her kids up there for me to keep, and Marie, and
And who was Marie?
Your sister Marie.
Marie and
Yeah.
You had your 2 sisters and a brother younger than you to keep.
yes, they had to come live with me, and
Where did you live?
I lived at sisters and brothers now.
Was that the old home place
Yeah.
in Houston County? The old home, the farm?
Yes, we lived there. I had to raise the kids and send them to school, and not one penny did anybody give me. Not a penny. And I want to tell you, they was issuing food out there at Trinity, and you'd have to go get your part, like flour and pinto beans, and they would give you your part, and they'd say how many's in the family, and they'd dish them out. And I'm gonna tell you, it was hard times. And Daddy, he just thought that I should do it. I was the oldest one of the girls. It was just terrible.
All right.
That's right there.
But on top of all of that, there was Ms. Johnson and them. They come and they stayed in the house with us. We had to feed them. We didn't have anything to feed with.
And
In-laws.
right.
And they all thought I should take care of Mr. and Ms. Johnson plus all of my family. And they really, and Bessie sitting over there, and she wouldn't give us a dime for nothing. No. You help me. And I had to take her in.
And that's your sister-in-law, right?
And I'll tell you, it was hard times. But if Miss Johnson give anybody anything, well, she'd give it to Freeman. And
that's your brother-in-law.
She'd give us the bills, but she'd give Freeman whatever she had. And it was bad, I'll tell you.